It happened in full view of patrons at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The video shows a male lion repeatedly going after a trainer while another trainer scrambles to pull the lion off. Mike Von Fremd has more of those terrifying moments.
The MGM Resort's Lions exhibit roars with excitement. But in an instant last week, it was terrifying when one of the 400-pound lions turned on its trainer.
It looked somewhat like a lunge. I mean, he was definitely up on his back feet.
Titus and Drew Ellis were on their honeymoon in Las Vegas and captured it all on videotape. You can see as the second trainer rushes the lion, and with the apparent help of a lioness, they managed to force the attacking animal off. But not before the first trainer suffered a bite to his leg inside the soundproof exhibit.
Just the look on the guy's face when it's all going down, it was, you can tell he's in major pain, and I'm sure he was screaming.
A hotel spokesperson says the trainer is now recovering and anxious to get back to work. And the animals are back on exhibit inside the resort, not far from the infamous white tiger Monocore, who in 2003 nearly took the life of Roy Horn in a performance of Siegfried and Roy. Monocore remains alive today, living in the Mirage's Secret Garden Zoo. There's always the danger a wild animal will attack. In February, 22-foot killer whale Tilly took the life of expert trainer Don Branchow.
You're just nothing but a dumb bear. Smack, smack.
In 2008, this 700-pound bear, who had once had a part in the movie Semi-Pro with actor Will Ferrell, turned on his real-life trainers in a special facility east of Los Angeles.
Yeah. Unfortunately bit one of the trainers, a single bite to the neck.
Trainer Stephen Miller did not survive. The U.S. Department of Agriculture investigates every incident and is now trying to determine what may have provoked the lion in Las Vegas. For Good Morning America, Mike Von Fremd, ABC News.
And for more now, we turn to our friend Jack Hanna, Director Emeritus of the Columbus Zoo in Ohio. He joins us live from there this morning. And Jack, thanks for joining us this morning. And talk us through what you see when you look at the tape. I was surprised to hear that you don't think this was an attack.
No, I've looked at it about 10 times, George, just a minute ago as well. An attack, when I go to Africa and see lions on a kill or a hunt there, or even in the zoo, if that was an attack, that would have been over with in about 0.5 of a second. The animal, as I look at the thing, George, I don't know the circumstances. I don't know if this trainer was a new trainer. As I looked at the young man, the other guy that was over there, he kind of came over and corrected the line a little bit. If you notice that right before the animal jumped on the fella, and that might be a situation there. But when you're working with wild animals, obviously it's unpredictable no matter what that is. We all know that in the zoological world or whatever field we're in, whatever it might be. And I saw heard about the SeaWorld thing.
But you think the lion was just playing too aggressively?
Well, I think the lion, because they do play with those lions, work with them, training them, talk to the public about the lion several times a day. It might have been a play tactic. However, when the lion kept pursuing him, as you saw throughout the entire video, that made me have a concern that maybe this man might have been new. I don't know.
How about
they are very well trained, those fellas out there.
How about when the female lion came over? What was going on there?
Well, it looked like almost she was trying to tell the male lion to lay off in a way. I don't know if those lions are neutered or not. Sometimes in the wild I've seen lions mount each other like that when she might be in heat. I don't know the fact that if she was in heat or not in heat. Obviously I'm not there. But it could have been one of those two things, trying to help the guy, and or maybe she was in heat as well. I'm not sure.
You know, just before the segment started, I got an email from my wife who saw the first video, and she said, "Well, what do you expect? These are wild animals. They just don't belong in cages like this. They shouldn't be brought out to do tricks. This is always going to happen."
Well, yeah, I wouldn't say this shouldn't be there. There's a lot of money that's sent, by the way. I don't know how much to lion research in the wild. MGM, as well as Siegfried and Roy, which you folks, ABC, did a tremendous story on about 10 or 15 years ago. Those guys love those animals. They are well-trained staff there. When you work with animals like this, whether it be NASCAR or race car drivers, things will happen. Things can happen at this zoo or any of the 220 zoos we have in our country. Safety is our first priority, and the health of our animals. But we try and educate, and there are a lot of people that go to Vegas to the MGM, millions of people. And if they do it in a proper way, an educational way, in a good way where those animals have great habitats, which by the way, they're transferred every twice a day from another facility outside of Vegas back in there. So the animals have great homes. If they're done in a proper way and educationally, then I don't have a problem with it.
And Jack, I know you've had some experience raising lions. What is it about them you find so intriguing?
Well, lions are one of the most social creatures, the pride of lions on the planet. You notice the big male lion, I can't know what you're seeing, but the big male lion there, he just kind of sits away and eats. The female, usually 90% of the time, will make the kill. The serious thing, George, is the fact that when I went to Africa the first time in the 70s, we had about incredible amount of lions. Can you believe that we've lost over 80% of our lion population in Africa due to obviously confrontation with man, distemper in dogs has gone, canine distemper has gone to the cats. So we have a very serious problem with lions in Africa. If you told me that in the 1970s, I couldn't have believed it. But today we have a big problem. We have to educate folks, and we're now breeding. You see the year-old cubs here, and this is a pure strain of lions, by the way. This is very important to the population of lions, and the zoological world and the ACA do a great job in breeding these animals.
Wow, I did not realize that. Lost 80% of lions. Okay, Jack Hanna, thanks very much for your time this morning.